Let's open it up, come on. What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation N64. Now if you guys are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build an N64 collection starting off with just £10 by using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy N64 bangers. So as always guys, before we get into this week's episode, let's do the updates to the game fund. And we've made just the one sale. We sold Dinosaur King on the Nintendo DS. We sold that for £15 plus postage. So yeah, sales just aren't happening. I've got a bunch of stuff listed, but no bites as of yet. So I was speaking to my brother the other day, and as you guys know, I've got that CEX credit that I've kind of been reluctant to sort of spend on something to sell, which is kind of silly really, but I have. Every time I go in there and see something, I want to keep it. So yeah, that's not ideal, but I was talking to my brother the other day and he was telling me how he was going to make a pretty sizable purchase in CX. So I offered to sell him my credit. I thought, well, it's a win-win for both of us. He can have a bit of credit for a bit cheaper and I can have the cash in the game fund to pick up one of these bangers. So that's what we did. I had £90 in credit. I sold it to him for £75. So after fees on that sale and the £75, we got a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. So yeah, the cash is looking tasty now. We've definitely got enough there to buy one of these games. So this week, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up one of the last two games because it's sitting there waiting for me. But then we've just got to be a bit careful with how much we spend in the charity shops because we're going to use a lot of that cash to buy one of the big boys. So having said that, I'm going to get on the case ordering this game in. And let's get out there and see what else we can find. Let's go. So we started off the week with enough money in our game fund to pick up one of the last heavy hitters on the Operation N64 list. So that is what we did. And after paying for that, I was left with quite a limited budget. So I had to be a bit careful hitting the charity shops to not overspend. So we had a good look around. There was a game in here, Bully for the PS2 or Canon Edit. I think that's how you say it. Always get it wrong. But that was there. And there was a couple of Saw box sets as well. This quadrilogy box set here. So I had a good look around. There's no signal in this area, so it's an absolute nightmare looking stuff up. So I actually popped out the shop, looked up a few bits and pieces, then came back in. Made a little bit of a mistake, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I had a little look around here. This is only around the corner from me, so I tend to hit this charity shop as often as possible. But yeah, not a bad start. So unfortunately the game wasn't in the box, which was a bit of a shame. So I did tell the staff and they took the case off the shelf. A bit of a shame there. Then popped into town with my boy. I saw some games in the window, always a good sign. So we popped inside to have a little look. There's a bunch of comics in here as well. So yeah, I had a little look inside, see what games were on offer. I could only see the front ones there. Not bad prices on them either, which is always good. So yeah, a load of graphic novels and stuff as well. But I was trying to be a bit careful with what I was spending. A couple of PS3 games here, some Xbox 360. They also had a few more at the back of the shop as well, which was awesome. But yeah, I did have a little look through these comics. I looked up one or two. That Ronin there, I had a little look at that to see if it was worth some money. If there's anything you guys see, let me know. Comics and the graphic novels, I'm not that clued up on. I do look them up now and again, but there was a whole load here. Kind of put me off a little bit. And yeah, like I said, a couple of games at the back here as well, which is always good. A couple of PS3 games, £1 a piece. I always love seeing £1 a piece on games. And I'm picking up anything and everything for the PlayStation that I don't already have. And it's going in the collection. So yeah, a couple of games here for the PS2 and PS3. A couple of Xbox One games as well. Some more games in here, a couple of PS4 games, £3 a piece in here, so they have to be decent enough to pick up. We had a little look at these, a couple of FIFAs, Call of Duty there as well. A couple of Xbox One games as well. So a bunch of PS2 and Xbox 360. These games have been there a little while. No one's picked any of them up. There was a few Wii games up there as well. This Call of Duty unfortunately wasn't in the box. But yeah, I had a good look through just to make sure there was nothing missed. Now this charity shop looks up their prices. You'll see very shortly how I know that. But yeah, you can see here, everything is individually priced. £5 on this PSP game. Yeah, a couple of games on the shelf. I did see a Godfather for the PS3, which I was tempted to pick up. But unfortunately, you'll see in a second why I didn't. Yeah, right there. I mean, it says on the box, £4 because of the bad box. But it also chewed into the box art as well. So yeah, if the sleeve was okay on that, I might have picked it up because it's like a £10 game. Could just change the case out. The manual's there. The disc wasn't in bad nick. But the fact that it had chewed into that sleeve, I just wasn't going to pick it up. I had a look down here, a couple of comic books here as well. This Usagi comic book, very cool. Unfortunately, it was all curled up, and comics I'm really trying to steer clear of. Cool Robot Wars figure here. This is Sir Kill-A-Lot. Yeah, very cool to see this. Really like the look of it. For £1, I thought it was worth picking up. And in the very same charity shop, I had a look at the DVDs. Sometimes in here, they don't have a great, massive DVD collection, but they tend to get some decent ones in here. So yeah, I always have a little look through and pull out the interesting ones. Look them up, see if they're worth picking up. And yeah, always get pretty lucky in here. Little look over at the books, and there was a single Goosebumps book here. If you've been watching the channel a while, you know me, I love me some Goosebumps, so I picked this bad boy up. It might be an upgrade. And I also saw this Buffy box set here. No prices on them, so it's always a bit how much they're going to charge. But I ended up getting this for a couple of quid, which is a great price. I also saw this Angelica plushie from Rugrats. Doesn't look like the Angelica I remember. I think it is official, but it just didn't look right to me. I had a little look online, and it wasn't worth a great deal, so I did leave it behind, but kind of cool to see. Rugrats was the nuts back in the day. And a box of games here. I had a little look through these. A lot of FIFAs and Pro Evos, a couple of rugby games, and then a whole bunch of Blu-rays as well. Did end up looking up quite a lot of the Blu-rays. You know, there are some hidden Blu-ray gems out there, so yeah, had a little look through them, looked them all up, but unfortunately nothing worth picking up here. I also saw these couple PS3 games that weren't in here the other day. I pop into these quite often, and these weren't here. And there was this Spider-Man 3, which would be a cracking game to find for, I think, £3 they had on it. But unfortunately, the disc wasn't in there, which was a bit of a nightmare. I would have definitely kept that in the collection. It's an £18 game. So yeah, to get it for £3 would have been great, but unfortunately it weren't in the box. So I just gave it to the staff in there, told them it wasn't there. Someone must have had it, which is a bit of a shame. Then I saw a nice selection of PS4 games here. Did end up picking one up. Yeah, always going to pick up PS4 for the collection. So yeah, cool to see these. And then this right here caught my eye. This kit right here, I had no idea what it was when I first saw it. I looked it up. It's a Torquay United. Kind of random, I know. But yeah, very cool kit. I actually like the look of it. Had it been in a bigger size, I might have picked it up for myself. But yeah, definitely thought this was worth picking up. Did a little bit of research while I was there. And yeah, I did think it was worth it. So I did end up picking this bad boy up. And we are back in the game room, and it's been a pretty decent week. I've had to be careful with the game fund this week because I spent a huge amount of it on a game that has arrived. So yeah, we'll get into that shortly. But yeah, I picked up a few bits and pieces from the charity shop, but like I said, I've got to be a bit careful with how much I'm spending. Plus I picked up a few bits and pieces for the collection, which is awesome. So let's do the money first. Now, including that game we just bought and the stuff to try and sell or trade, we spent £258.50 this week, so we can deduct that from the game fund. So yeah, that's a lot of the game fund gone. We've got very little left now, so we've got to hope the sales start coming in, because we have one game left on the list after this one, which is pretty fantastic, but it's a pretty expensive game, so we need that game fund to grow pretty significantly. But anyway, let's get into the stuff to try and sell or trade first, then we'll get into the stuff for the collection, and then we'll open this bad boy. So the first pickup of the week, it was not a fail as such, because I'm still making a bit of money on it, but it was in an area with no signal, so when I went to look it up, I looked up the wrong thing, but I picked it up anyway. So what I picked up is these 3 Saw DVDs here. I paid £1 for all 3, so it's not too bad. Now this one, when I looked it up, I thought it was worth about £6 trade, but it's only worth £1.50. Same with this one, it's only worth £1.50, and this one's worth nothing, but £1 into £3 trading, it's not too bad, but it's not what I was expecting. So yeah, first one of the week. The next thing we picked up is this Sir Kill-A-Lot toy. When I saw this, I got mad nostalgic for it. I put a story on Instagram showing me picking it up. I only paid £1 for it. It's not got a great deal of value. It does have its other accessories here, so you can change his weapon out. I think you can change his hammer out for this like javelin spike. But yeah, I paid £1 for it, and it's worth maybe 7 or 8 quid, but I thought it was really cool. I couldn't leave it behind. Would you guys have picked it up? Who remembers Robot Wars? Robot Wars was the bollocks back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so Kill-A-Lot here. I paid £1 for it, hopefully maybe 7, 8 quid. Yeah, very cool. And then in that very same charity shop, we picked up a couple of DVDs. I paid £1 for the pair, and the first one I'm proper intrigued about. I kind of wouldn't mind watching it. It is The Devils. It is described as Russell's greatest work, a fearsome, breathtaking masterpiece. Yeah, man, it looks kind of mad, kind of culty. I'm not really sure. I might throw up some footage depending on how explicit it is. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've seen The Devils. Yeah, I'm really, really intrigued about it. Yes, it looks kind of mad, weird. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, it looks really strange, but anyway, really intrigued about it. But I paid, like I said, I paid £1 for the pair, and this one trades in for 6 quid. It's worth about £10, £12. So yeah, it trades in for 6 quid, not too bad. And then the next one I've sold a couple of times on eBay. It is Digimon the movie, and now this trades in for £4. I've sold this for about a tenner, I think, on eBay before, a couple of times. So yeah, always keep your eyes out for Digimon the movie. £4 trade-in. I might try it on eBay, depending. The case has seen better days. But yeah, yeah. 50p into £4, not too bad. Sticking with DVDs, the next thing I picked up is this Buffy the Vampire Slayer box set. Paid £2 for it, and there's £10 trading on it. It's worth about 20 quid. Unfortunately, the outer sleeve is not in great condition. It's held together with tape. All the discs are there, and the discs are in good nick. But yeah, because of the state of the outer box, I won't try selling this on. I'll probably just trade this in. But £2 into £10 is not too bad at all. So yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What a cracking series this was back in the day. I remember my best friend, Stephen, shout out Stephen, was absolutely obsessed with Buffy. I'm talking posters everywhere. He loved it to bits. But yeah, Buffy, what a great series. Anyway, I'm going off. And then the last pickup to try and sell or trade is a bit of a mad one. I saw it and I wasn't too sure. But when I looked it up, I was like, yeah, I think it's worth a punt. It looks like it's worth a fair bit. And it is this Torquay United football kit. It's, I think, from the 2021 season. I quite like it. I think it's quite nice. If it was a bit bigger, I might have held on to it. But yeah, it's got the Thatcher's sponsor on the back there. Yeah, man. Tell me what you guys think. I actually quite like this kit. It is unfortunately a medium, I think. Yeah, it's a men's medium, so it's never going to fit me. But yeah, kind of cool to see. I paid £4.50 for it. And looking on eBay, it's like £35 plus, depending. So yeah, not too bad at all. I'm not sure about the size, how well that will sell, but I thought it's worth a punt. I'm definitely trying to pick up these football shirts when they're worth a go. I picked up a couple of kids' ones last week, which I don't think are going to sell very well. But the men's ones, I'm going to pick up. And £4.50, that don't seem too bad to me. So yeah, kind of cool. So that is everything we picked up to try and sell or trade. Like I said, I haven't spent a great deal because we've used a lot of our budget on this game. But let's get into the bits for the collection. So the first thing we picked up is a Goosebumps book. If you guys have been following the channel a while, you know I've got a love for Goosebumps. I'm actually going for a full set of books at the moment. I'm like 4 or 5 away. Couldn't remember which ones was missing. I've actually got this already. I've actually got a sizable stack of doubles. Like really big. Maybe like 50 doubles. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I have to try and flog them on or something. But yeah, I have to pick them up if I see them, just in case I need them. I should probably write down the ones I'm missing. But I'm always going to pick them up anyway. 50p. A couple of games now. Now the first one is this Arkham Origins. I paid £1 for it. It's going in the collection. I think I'm missing one other Batman game for the PS3. But I said before, if it's PlayStation and I don't have it, it's going in the collection. So yeah, Batman Arkham Origins. And then I picked up this last week, but I found the steelbook for it now. For £1, it's Battlefield 1. For £1 for the steelbook, I had to pick it up. I'll just trade out the original version. Doesn't have a great deal of value. It doesn't have any value, I don't think, Battlefield 1. But if I see the steelbook and it's £1, I'm going to pick it up. A couple of PS4 games as well now. We picked up this Call of Duty Black Ops right here. I paid £3 for it. It's like a £6 game. And this will go into the collection as well because I don't have it. And then we also picked up this Wolfenstein The Old Blood. I paid £2 for this. There were actually quite a few PS4 games up on the shelf. They had £2 on all of them. And some of them weren't really worth that. So I didn't pick them up even for the collection. But this one was. It was like a £5 game. So yeah, £2 to add Wolfenstein to the collection. Definitely looks like something I'd like to have a go at. So I'm picking this up for the collection all day. PlayStation at the moment, anything PlayStation is going in the collection. So that is everything we picked up this week, apart from the big boy. So let's get straight into it. Now, before we open it, I have to shout out Miles. I've shouted him out a couple of times. If you guys aren't part of the N64 group and you'd like to be, there's a link in the description below. Go and join it. Great group. They do all sorts of stuff. They help each other out. There's games for sale. They also do these raffles on there where you can buy tickets to win potentially big hitting N64 games at a fraction of the price. So it's definitely worth getting in there. I've entered a few raffles myself. Haven't won one just yet, but I'm holding out that I will soon. But yeah, really great group to be a part of. Shout out Miles, absolute legend. He sorted me out with this and he knew I was after it and he held on to it for me because he knew I was after it. He could have probably sold it for a bit more than I paid. He done me a good deal on it. So yeah, I paid £250 for this. It's a very big boy. It's very hard to come by. And I just got to say, cheers, Miles. Thank you for sorting me out. Let's open it up. Come on. Right, here we are. Packaged real nice. It's a fair sized box for the game. Yeah, plenty of packaging in here. Nice, nice. Here we are. Oh, baby. Here we go. So that game is Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. Now, I never thought I'd get hold of this game, if I'm honest. This was the one that I thought would keep me up all night. But to get this, not even the last game off the list, but the one before, it just takes a weight off because I feel like the next games will be a lot easier to find. But yeah, super happy with this. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. It is in cracking condition, man, as well. Lovely box protector, very girthy, very thick box protector. Kirby will have to absorb new abilities from his enemies in order to defeat dark matter as he searches for the lost crystal shards. Inhale and absorb your enemy's abilities. 6 planets featuring over 25 levels in total. Uncover fun-filled 4-player mini-games. Yeah, man, I'm absolutely excited to play this. I love these games and it's such a heavy hitter to get hold of. I'm so happy. Thank you, Miles. I really appreciate it. Let's open this bad boy up and have a look inside. Oh, yeah, nice. So I'll show you close up. Look at the condition on this thing. That is lovely. This might even be the best condition game in my collection. Wow. Look at that. Let's open this bad boy up. Nice. Oh, I'm buzzing, man. I can't stop looking at it. Come on. Cartridge is there. Nice baggy. Manual is there. Does have a little bit of foldage in the corner, but that doesn't bother me at all. Very, very nice. Yeah, buzzing to add this to the collection. So there it is, guys. Absolutely over the moon to add this to the collection. I think there's currently one on eBay now on auction. It's sitting at £120 already, and there's still 6 days to go. So it just tells you how sought after this game is, how hard it is to come by. So yeah, I have to shout out Miles once more. Really appreciate you, mate. This is absolute banger going into the collection. Now let's do something we haven't done for quite some time, and let's knock this game off the list. So here is the list. Look at it now, just 2 games left. Well, let me just wipe this bad boy off. It's been on there so long, it doesn't want to come off. Not anything to use. So there it is, guys. 25 games now, only 1 left. That is so sick. Let's put this bad boy on the shelf. And we're going to have to make room for it. Who's going to sacrifice? Let's move this one here, because this is kind of my shelf of heavy hitters right here. Let's put him up there. Move them along a little bit. And let's stick this game up here. How's it looking? Yeah, boy! Oh my God, so sick. So yeah, guys, just the 1 game left to go. But like I said, our budget is looking very, very small now. So we need them sales to come in. But yeah, over the moon with that. Absolutely buzzing to finally add it to the collection. Thank you, Miles, once again. Now, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button and let me know. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, be rad, stay rad. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.